New in the last 5 minutes, child dies from serious wounds suffered Monday. Africa recalls envoy to Israel over Gaza violence. Turkish premier condemns Israel, U.S. for Gaza killings. China calls for calm over violent Gaza clashes. In the last 10 minutes, sought to downgrade embassy in Israel after Gaza deaths. Morning update: Gaza border protests, BC. Braces for rising floodwaters. Oil hits highest price in 3 years in the last 15 minutes. In the last half-hour, Gaza bloodshed spurs global worry about Trump's Middle East policies. Ireland's outrage at Gaza deaths. Video: scores killed in Gaza protest as U.S. moves embassy. Video: relatives mourn Palestinian baby killed in Israel protest in Gaza. Palestine commemorates Nakba Day after Gaza carnage. Why the calamity in Gaza and Israel may not rebound on Trump. Ireland summons Israeli ambassador over deaths of Gaza rioters. Kremlin very concerned over violence in Gaza for Hamas. Dancing on the brink of chaos is a winning tactic. Belarus concerned over escalation of violence in Gaza Strip. In the last hour, world reactions continue to pour in post-Gaza killings. The latest: Palestinians-Israeli troops clash in West Bank. Turkey urges Muslim countries to review ties with Israel. The Great Evangelical Silence: what the Church should say about Gaza. Ireland dresses down Israeli ambassador over Gaza border deaths. Jerusalem celebrates. Tel Aviv parties in Gaza bleeds. A surreal 24 hours. Boston, Gaza to hold protests after U.S. embassy in Jerusalem opens. Israel comes under fire from world leaders for Gaza attack. Press briefing notes on Gaza. Burundi and Myanmar. Palestinians bury Gaza dead as more violence feared. Israel denies West Bank medical team entry to Gaza. Thousands wounded, 58 dead after Monday's fighting at the Gaza border. Hamas welcomes withdrawal of South Africa envoy to Israel. Oil steady near $71 as sanctions and protests stoke risk. Iran condemns Israel for massacring Palestinians. Palestinians bury dead after bloodiest Gaza day since 2014 when a murderer protests the massacre in Gaza. UN Security Council to meet after Gaza violence. Israel reopens Gaza crossing, but Palestinians turned back some trucks in the last 2 hours. Fears of more deaths in Gaza as Israel's actions condemned. AM News links: what the Gaza protests portend. Palestinian FM: U.S. acts as partner of Israel in slaughter of people in Gaza. UN slams shocking massacring of Palestinians in Gaza. Calls for justice. Deadly day in Gaza won't be the last. Palestinian solidarity rally in Derry tonight following killings. Gaza braces for more protests as world calls for calm. Europe expresses concern over Israeli bloodshed in Gaza Strip. Amnesty: Gaza killings constitute war crimes. Ireland summons Israeli envoy over situation in Gaza. UN blames Israel for rioters' deaths. Will the Nakba blocks United Nations call for independent probe into Gaza deaths. Muslim countries should review ties with Israel. Turkish PM: Palestinians burying their dead after 58 killed in Gaza clashes. China seriously concerned over violent clashes in Gaza. A matter of course. Sweden Democrats urge to move embassy to Jerusalem. UN warns of more Gaza violence, condemns Israel's use of force. Greece calls for restraint in Gaza as protesters gather at Israeli. Video: Israeli forces take positions on Gaza border ahead of protests. UAEP provides $5 million to help Palestinians injured in East Gaza.